Hi everyone, thank you for joining Diverse Minds Uganda again. It's me, Jannepher Mujumbi, and as usual, we've just got very important guests here. Today we have two guests, someone with a lot of experience with autism, who has walked the journey, who has raised awareness, who has done a lot for this society, and I'm so excited to talk to her today and for her to share all the knowledge that she had acquired through all the work she's been doing for the Autism Society. Let me give her the opportunity to introduce herself to us and the other guest that she came with.
Thank you so much. My name's Antonnette Nyangoma. I'm mother of a 19-year-old beautiful daughter, Drusilla Ainembabas. She's nonverbal and autistic. Though we've started bringing out words, I think we are going to jump the nonverbal stage. Yep. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. I love sharing my story, especially my journey with Drusilla. I love it because I know I inspire many parents out there who are still in denial, who still have that stigma, who haven't accepted yet. It's not easy, but at least I know I'm inspiring someone.
That's really nice of you. We're so glad and blessed that you are here to share your story. So let's start from the beginning. Just like normally some people, the reason I always start from the beginning is those myths around autism, to say, oh, because my pregnancy was hard or this and that. Tell us about the pregnancy, the way you gave birth, and let's start from there, the pregnancy and giving birth, and if everything was in order.
Yeah, Drusilla, my pregnancy was okay until 6 months. I was a busy mom. I'm a hotelier. I specialized in front office customer care. So I was going for night shift. I fell down. They knocked us. I was on a border. They knocked us. And I bled for 2 weeks non-stop. So I went to hospital. They tried to stop the bleeding. The bleeding refused. And after 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks, I had worked night shift. So when I came back home, I slept. I didn't sleep. I had a sharp pain. So I went to a nearby clinic because they always say when you're pregnant, you're not supposed to take this medicine, So on reaching there, the doctor who was in that clinic asked me what's wrong. I told them my stomach is paining and I'm bleeding. Then the doctor was like, but you seem to be pregnant. I said, yes, I'm pregnant. Then I told him my story, how I fell down 2 weeks back. Then when he called the nurse, that you bring cotton and she cleans herself. At the time I bent like this to remove the knicker, the thing came out. The sac, it fell down, the bleeding was too much. She was still in a sac, so they had to cut it to bring her out. She was very small, 1 kg, and she was tiny like a rat.
Wow, so you gave birth to a premature?
Yeah, she was born a premature at 6 months. They got her, covered her with bed sheets and whatever. Then I called my neighbor to come and pick the kids and get clothes. We took her to Mulago. Then they put her in an incubator for 2 months because normal birth is always 2.5, but she was 1 kg and some points, because you would see when the stomach had, it was like a polythene paper. You would see when the intestines.
Wow, that was quite a journey.
Yeah, she's a survivor, by the way. She's a survivor.
She's still surviving.
Yeah, and she's gone through a lot because I know many things which she has gone through, and she's strong. She doesn't accept that she's not okay.
No, that's very good.
Yeah,
so at some point, do you sit there and think maybe it's because she was born a premature that might have caused her autism?
Yes, because we did all the tests, and when I found out that she was autistic, is it what you're asking?
I'm saying, do you think her being born a premature might have caused her autism?
No, I didn't think about it at first.
No, of course you didn't think, but I'm saying now, when you think about it,
because I knew about it when they did the tests. When I knew that she was autistic, I had done a lot of stuff. So the last minute when I went to hospital, when they told me that she's autistic, that's when
You realized.
I started remembering because they asked me from
The beginning,
birth, from when you're pregnant. Yeah, they asked me how I started the journey and how I gave birth. So they told me to do a CT scan of the brain. I did many tests, but later that's when they told me that she's autistic.
Okay, I just wanted to take you slow on the journey now. Okay, you've given birth. You've been in Mulago.
Yes.
After how long did you get discharged?
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
So when
we were going to 3 months. Yeah. Because they told me she has to make 2.5 kgs. That's what they told me. She has to make 2.5 kgs, normal birth. So I would squeeze my breast, put in they brought me, in fact, my current, my previous boss gave me a pump to pump the breast. So I would use a syringe, and they had put pipes in the nose, in the mouth, and so I had to feed her every 1 hour. You go inside to feed her.
Oh my God, that must have been very challenging.
It was challenging, but at least she picked up so quickly.
And now you've gotten out of the hospital.
Yeah.
You get home. When when do you think now, like, she's just like any other normal child, she's picking up, I like her smile. So after you get out of the hospital, what happens next?
No, I got out of the hospital, I went back to work, and of course I had a maid. I stayed with that maid for 8 years. Yes, 8 years. So I went back to my working system. Hotelians, night shift, morning shift, evening shift. So I had no time for her.
Just keep an eye on her and observe and see if something was off.
It was everything to her. Because even on the village where I stay, no one knew me more. They thought she was a daughter of the maid.
That's very interesting. We really thank such maids, people who are helping us and supporting us. Yeah. While we run around, we just appreciate you. That's very, very important.
Yeah, but it was also a problem not having time for my daughter. I would have known it earlier. Because at the time I knew it, she was going to 5 years.
So when do you start noticing the red flags, and what kind of red flags?
So the red flags, I noticed them when they gave me annual leave. When they gave me annual leave, the 21 days, I sat home for, it wasn't even 2 days. That's when I started seeing this girl. She was tiptoeing. She doesn't sit down. She runs away. The whole day she's running. She doesn't sleep during day. She doesn't sleep during night. She covers her ears like this. And I once put on a weave, a black weave. When she saw me, she covered her eyes and ran under the bed. So I was like, what has she seen? And she examined food by smelling. Every food you would give her, she first smells and she eats. She only ate rice, super, which smells well. You don't just bring her rice like that, or cassava, what. No. She was selective in food, and she wouldn't concentrate, eye contact. She wouldn't look at you. You'd look at her, you tell her, come here, she's like this. Looking down. She hears you, but she will look down. You call her, she looks this way. So I just wanted her to look at me. But it was all difficult. So I was like, then I remembered, this girl is going to 4 years, 5 years. She's going to 5 years. But I haven't heard her talk anything. So I called the maid. Does this girl talk?
What? You were that busy?
Because she was healthy, and she grew up, by the way, beautiful and whatever. And she wouldn't cry, she wouldn't disturb, she wouldn't. But at the time, then I called the maid. Maid says, she laughs, I think she talks. That's what she told me.
Can you imagine?
Because she loved music since childhood up to now. Yeah, she can sing all the old songs.
I can see the sensories are still there. She likes
she wants to see how does it smell. Yeah.
Very common with autistic kids. Yeah.
So I went outside and I talked to some lady, some old woman. Said, but She has siblings, they're elder. Then I remembered these kids talked earlier, 1 year and a half to 2 years. How come this one is going to 5 years and I
cannot say anything?
was like, no, something must be wrong. I slept that day.
How about the eat? Did she have like? Was she chewing anything? You know, some of them they like chewing on things. Did she headbang? Did she rock? She didn't have all those ones.
Right now she does it like banging. When she loves the music on the TV. See her happy and banging the chair and like she's happy, laughing high. So the old woman, when I asked the old woman, told me, this girl must be with a tongue tie.
That's always the same thing.
They checked her. She didn't have it. They sent me to another old woman. They checked her, the Kanyata. She didn't have it. So I came back home. I slept. In the morning, early in the morning at 5, I was like, I put on the radio. It was Radio Dembe. Then I had a pastor talking. When you have a child who doesn't talk or what, that pastor ate my money.
And you thought this one, God must have sent this pastor.
God has sent this pastor to me. So
Now
early in the morning, I went there. But they said that pastor used to steal money, but may I give it to him because I was looking for a miracle.
Because this was a miracle for real. Someone was speaking to you from this is very common.
Your real journey, your real life, your real story. You say,
I think they are sure there are many autistic children out there. So they are going, you put your trap out there, someone's going to buy it.
I don't think that man had knowledge about it, about autism, no.
But they know many kids may be struggling to talk.
Yeah, I think they think that because the advice he gave me, he asked me that dad comes from where? I said from Kamuli, Eastern region. Then he told me those people eat their children. Those people eat their children, their firstborns, they give birth on the side. Are you the main woman? And I said, no.
Side dish.
So, you're bamulid. So I was like, how will they start eating my beautiful daughter now? I said, no. So he told me, we have to keep praying. You have to sow a seed. Sige and sigo. So I started paying programs for him on radio to go and speak. 350, 300, 350. It was 2.5.
And then was there any improvement?
I got my bags. I went to Busoga with my friends I work with. We looked for her home. We reached there. The grandfather was still there. Then he said they heard that their son gave birth to a child outside his marriage. But they said, first here, I asked them, do you eat your children?
But you're also too much. But anyway, I think every desperate parent would do whatever they have to do, when you're in this situation.
Even if you ask me right now, I don't think I remember even the road we went to.
Can you imagine? But for you, you're focused on your child getting better and you just do anything.
They gave us food and I first feared to eat, but I was hungry. I ate later. I ate. Then I told them the problem, what brought me. Your son, okay, you heard that he gave birth to a kid, but the kid has a problem. The child doesn't talk. Said how? I said she was born like this and that, but many people are telling me take the child to the grandparents who give birth to the dad. So they said, first we knew about it. They told us, but we wanted to see the girl, the baby. And I told them she's no longer a baby. She's here 5 years, but she's not talking. Then I asked them, do you eat your children who you give birth at on the side? They said no.
I can't imagine someone asking that to their
in-laws. I wanted to know because at the end of the day, I would come back with her to campaign.
And did you expect them to say, even if they were eating them, to say yes or no?
Yeah, they told me that they have small hearts for these witch doctors. So I thought maybe my girl was in that line. Then the old man said, no, those are, no, it's not like that. If us even we are happy that you've brought the girl home.
They didn't deny the child, they still accepted that. Oh, bless them, that was very nice.
So I came, but the dad refused.
Yeah, the father denied the child.
He denied. I said, yeah. So later I came back. I started insisting on telling the dad. I even reached at your home. He said, we quarreled. Why did you go there? What things like that? Malaya na yeba muzalamu. He talked a lot of
nasty
stuff.
thing. Yeah.
And he finished with a conclude on ewaffe tetuzaala bintu bwe bityo. I was like,
I don't know how many times we've heard that statement, which is really heartbreaking for any parent.
bwe bityo biki byotegeeza nti ebyo ebintu ebisirusiru ebitasobola kwogera. I was like, okay. I cried the whole night. I said, now what am I going to do? I said, okay, now that pastor he left. Another friend of mine took me to Nabingo. But Nabingo is over on Massacre Road.
Yeah, I think.
So they took me to a sheikh. Now I became a Muslim.
Hey, what was your Muslim name?
Zaitun. They gave me Zaitun. I became a Muslim there. The sheikh told me to buy 9 Quran. Then they will pray. They will pray dua. What dua? 9 dua. So Quran, they are like these books. They're like the Bibles for
the Muslims.
Yeah. I bought them. And he prayed, then he told me, go.
That now you will see your miracle.
You will see your miracle.
And you truly believed it was going to work.
I reached home. I would wake up early in the morning. By 5 I'm out. I sit down, wait for the girl to talk. She's just smiling. I said, now this one. I entered the network marketing program. It was called QNet, QuestNet. It was my first time to travel on a plane because of her. I bought a biodisc.
I know the biodisc.
I still have it at home.
Oh my God. That one day, I know someone suggested it at some point. And this was very recent, which really shocked me. She told me, if you put it in water and you feed your child, no, I don't need it. And said, the good thing she phoned me when I'd already,
No information about it.
When I knew this was nonsense.
It's okay.
So she told me if you put it in water and feed the
told
kids,
me
they will talk.
Where she sleeps and where she sleeps under the pillow or in water she bathes and the water she drinks. Just put the biodisc there and put a glass. So the water will be energized. When she drinks, then she will start talking. I said,
we've seen.
Do that. Got my savings. I bought a ticket. I was one of those higher whatever, it's like a
pyramid.
A pyramid. So I had many downloads. They were downlines. They were on the left, but on the right they were dormant. They were not working. So they got me like a leader because I had many. Time for going for business tour. I was a monk. I said I have to go to Malaysia.
You are going there for your child, not even for business.
For my child, I bought a biodisc. I'm telling them, me entering this thing, I bought a biodisc. My daughter is going to talk. And I'm confident knowing
you're also selling to other people, telling them how it works. Yet it hasn't worked for you.
I lied, Bambi. I just remembered recently when they called me for a job.
Those you really believe. You are not lying, I think, at that time. You really believed.
No, I reached an extent and I said, let me stop lying. Because I lied.
Trust me, you guys are still there lying to us, selling us those discs.
I lied until when I reached an extent, I said, God, forgive me. Because they can train you how to speak. No matters or muntu.
And we still see them in groups, not only discs. They come up with every kind of crap. Just to trap us.
Near Makere, they called me one time. It was a friend of mine, and I've got your job. Yeah, job. Yeah, they need a front office manager. I said that one I will do. I went, reaching there with my CVs. On reaching there, they are telling me network marketing. I almost slapped the girl.
You're like, I'm going back to the old.
Yeah, because I was lying. I used to lie, and they train you can lie. You lie completely until the person gets his dollars and puts in there. Also expecting Bambi much kumbe.
Unfortunately, you're also a victim. So now you get to Malaysia. What happens?
I reached Malaysia. I even shopped for her things too. I had just known that she's autistic. bought, they love bright colors.
Yes.
You'd come home like putting on bright pink or yellow or light snow blue. She'll follow you until.
So you bought her things, Bambi.
So I bought her those toys with balls, colors, and they helped, by the way, because she wouldn't concentration. Yeah, she would walk around. Even she once got lost 3 times.
Oh my God! Yeah. So you've had to deal with roping as well.
Yeah.
I want us to come back to that. Now I want to know, after the disc, after becoming a Muslim, what else did you do?
Another friend took me to Iganga. Witchcraft now, and I got interested. What if these people, and it's only little money? How much? They told me 100,000, but I left there 250,000
because you wanted the quick
that's what they
fix.
Told me. And because of my child, and I was so desperate, wanting her to talk. So the guy told me, this person will work on, and they used to call him Sweet Mutima, and he died when I was going to go back. They told me he died.
Oh my God, you're the one who killed our Sweet Mutima.
They told me that he's called Sweet Mutima. Even at that time, at the place where I got out of the taxi, when I asked, they told me we know the person. They took me there. They cooked chicken, whatever, because I had to buy the chicken.
So you buy your own lunch, basically.
Until you're sacrificing for your child to talk.
Okay. Now you can do sacrifice.
So they cooked. In fact, I ate even that chicken. So at night they put this back cloth, rubugo. They put it on the mattress where I'm going to sleep. Then they told me, what you will dream is what is going on in your life and this girl and the dad. Because I had left her home. So I was like, okay. But I slept, I didn't dream.
I had to bring another chicken, maybe.
No, even they told me, then that is okay. Because even I didn't even sleep. Because I was waiting, what if the mattress falls inside and they eat me? Because people you don't know.
The things parents we have to do for our kids, Banang. At that moment, you just risk anything.
You risk anything, they tell you, you do it. You see, when I reached an extent of giving her insects, she ate them.
Who told you about the insects?
This is another friend who tells me. Because I'm desperate, telling everyone that my child is not talking. I'm looking.
And no one in all those friends had ever had anything like autism.
No. And they didn't know. And I told them later when I knew about it.
So now
the witch doctor. The witch doctor, I paid 250,000.
You didn't dream about anything?
I didn't dream about
anything. Then you come back home.
In fact, Bambi, they had even cut me medicine. I prayed over it. It was somewhere.
Has laughed.
You're laughing what? And when I'm looking for your medicine. They cut me somewhere. They were there, like sticks, and put in medicine. What did they? But I saw them touching in the cig.
They're just playing games.
So I was like, okay. They told me, go home. Your child will talk. So I came back. On reaching, another friend tells me, that
could be.
Oyo akubbi. Waliwo ekigenda kwogeza omwana. This girl will talk. I said, what? Then they told me, do you know these nests of weaver birds? The yellow ones which make noise in the morning. Birina nests nga zitunula wansi bweziti.
I know them. I know them in Nyankore Shande, something like that.
They shout all in the morning. Abaganda bagito bandegea. Kati bizimba bwebiti, then they enter through down. Yeah. So they told me, you get that nest, put in what she loves most to eat. She loved Maria biscuits when she was young. Every time she would eat only those. She would not eat food, but she would eat Maria biscuits. Then I stay in Ndeje, Rubugumu. So I was working in Entebbe at Imperial Golf. So when you're coming to Ndeje, there were calitusis trees.
I'm already imagining it.
So I remembered that place where I pass, Kumpi, near Quality Supermarket. There's those nests, I used to see them. I'll go there early in the morning. So when I was from work, I had worked night shift from Imperial Golf. I found one nest had fallen. I said, okay, now I've got it. Then they told me, you look for these insects which make noise at night. Crickets, cricket. Mayenje, something like that. Mayenje. They told me to burn 2. I give them to her. The morning by 5 she will be talking.
Like how are you supposed to give her that one? Put it in tea?
Put it in her biscuits. So I put it inside. When she ate the biscuits and they are over, she started eating the insects. I gave her 5. They told me 2. I gave her 5.
Hey, you're always taking overdose.
No,
No, you are desperate.
it's a laughing matter, but it is serious.
Serious.
That time before you know anything, and by the way, these parents are lucky.
Thank God, like for some of us.
You're going back.
Drusilla.
No. Go and bring your phone. Go and bring your phone, then you come. Obagambo emuleza ajemu esimu endene mkasawe.
Shall we cut?
Now.
So now
I got them. I sent 2 boys. I sent 2 boys. They looked for them at night. I don't know where they got them. They brought 2. They gave me 5. If the 2 don't work, I'll add on.
Overdose.
So I burnt them. I put them in the biscuit. She ate them, all of them.
Now there's no excuse to say that she didn't.
That she didn't eat. So we slept. She wouldn't sleep at night. So.
But you know the funny thing is, we're always looking to treat one if I can call it symptom. You are just like all the time kuremera on non-verbal.
Yeah, I wanted her to talk.
Yet there were other things that you are not seeing.
No, but I was lucky that I saw the behaviors. Then I was like, even the behaviors, on realizing the behaviors, I realized about them later. But after doing all that time.
But most of us, we focus more on talking. We are more.
So behaviors, I realized them later after they had told me that she's autistic. She's not okay. She's this and this. And so me, I was looking at talking. Because so now she was 5 years.
You've done your crickets.
I gave her, she ate them.
Instead of 2?
Yeah, I gave her, she ate them. The morning I woke up at 5, I waited for her to talk. She didn't talk. So now I'm like, now what am I going to do? I became a Muslim. I'm slept on mountains. I've gone to witchcraft. I've given her insects. I said, oh, why? Kanzireye waka anti Pastor Bugembe yayimba kumaweka. So I said, I'm a Catholic. Let me go back to my church. So this was the last. I packed my things. We went to the mountain in Bukalangu. We slept there 3 days. So when we slept there 3 days, the 3rd day, there's a sister who was from Zambia. By the way that she died, she's the one who saw me with her. So she was like, these are 3 days. You're with this girl at the mountain. Why? Well, what's wrong? Then I told her she doesn't talk. I want Father Magembe to pray for her. So she said, don't worry. This weather is not good for this girl to sleep at the mountain. What you're going to do, I'm going to look for a way. At least they fix you. You take this girl home because she's going to be sick.
Such wonderful angels.
So they connected me in the morning. When they called the first group, I was among them. So they called us. For her, she was just laughing, walking around. And so they prayed for people who I went in with. They all fell down. First, we stayed seated. We stayed seated. Then later, they prayed for one going out. We are the last. Then Father Magembe asked me, what's wrong? Why did you come here? You sick for medication, for prayers? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? What problem do you have? Then I told him, my daughter doesn't talk. How old is she? She's 5. Oh, she's 5. Did you go to hospital? I said no.
I like the fact that, he didn't just believe in his powers. He just thought about something else.
I said no. Said, why? Did you give birth to her like that? I said, I just realized recently that she doesn't talk. I was a busy mom. And he told me, what you're going to do, you go to Mulago. And whoever, any doctor you find, they will tell you. You tell them your story and tell them what's wrong with the girl. Maybe they will do some tests on the tongue and see why she doesn't talk. So I knew they are going to do some tests on the tongue. They pierce the tongue and starts talking. That's what I thought.
Now you found a solution. You're excited.
So Father Magembe told me, don't do anything. First thing tomorrow, go to Mulago. take your daughter there. Then the doctors will tell you if it is something spiritual, you'll come back here. I'll do what? I'll pray for you.
I think that was the best advice that you got at that moment.
It was my breakthrough. I just accepted. I was like, yes. Come back home. I slept. By 5, I was in Mulago with her and the maid. For her, she even used the bottle for drinking. So she used the bottle up to 6 years. She would move around with her bottle.
Very common, yeah.
So the first table we reached on, that person who registers clients, patients, asked me, ate gwe nyabo. Oradde ki? I was like, ono mwana tayogera. And for her, she was just smiling, laughing, walking around, and so tayogera. Ate omwana nga mulungi nnyo. So I'm like, nange simanyi. Kati we agenda weza myaka 5 naye nakakitegeera tayogera. So it was like, nedda mwana ono alabika ayogera talina buzibu. And she was laughing like this, the way she's laughing. I said, nyamba. Nagamba oba gwe mulwadde ndaba ye no parents, you know. So, you know, I was so stressed. I was so stressed. Everything is on me. The leave is ending. I'm like, now what am I going to do?
And you're doing all that during your leave. I thought you had left your job.
Days.
Oh, wow. You fought really, I swear.
I had to. I said, now what am I going to do now? Then he told me, no. Genda kuyamba. Eno we wagana. Ogendo omutwale waabwe bamukebere. I said, waabwe navaayo dda. Ti waabwe anti baba bamuyita oba baba genda mulya. Omwana gwe bazadde bwe.
And this is at the hospital, eh?
Yeah. He said, ngenda kuyamba nkutwale wensuubira bayinza omuyamba. Bwe kiba kigaana. Empewo za kika. Said, ate mu mpewo nga nasookayo dda bangamba tebalina buzibu. Because even that grandfather asked, I'm seeing those houses. But
you are not a joke. Yeah. And they didn't get offended.
No.
So nice.
The old man was okay because he told me everything, but he died. And I was like, he got me, the gentleman, and took me to Ward A1. I remember.
Is it still there?
It's still there. It's written on the door. It's written on speech and language therapy. Ward A1. So I went. We reached inside. There were bright colors. With chairs, yellow, pink, what? So she reached in. So she reached inside. She started jumping, dancing, doing what? So they asked me, "What's wrong?" I said, "My daughter doesn't talk." I said, "Doesn't talk? What do you mean?" She's going to make 5 years, and her siblings talked earlier. So what behaviors does she do? I just kept quiet. So they told me. They were, by the way, two white doctors and one Ugandan. So I think the Ugandan was helping these ones, like to, when you're feeling emotional, So they asked me, why we are going to bring out, when I kept quiet, they told me we are going to bring a paper and we are going to read everything in this paper. If she does it, we will know the problem of your daughter. Yes. I said, okay.
Just
then
they
gave
red
me,
flags, basically.
Yeah, so they gave me a bottle of water. I said, now, why are they giving me this bottle of water? Maybe this bottle of water, they want to break bad news to me. They told me, no, you take it and relax because we are just going to read and see. Then we see a solution for that. Hey, then I got it. It's okay. Then they asked me, does she cover her eyes when she sees things scaring like black? I said, yes. Does she tiptoe? Yes. Does she have eye contact? Does she look at you? No. Does she, all what they read in that paper, she was doing it.
Wow.
Then they told me, your daughter has autism.
Wow.
This
is exactly what goes on. I'm so glad that people can see. This is how autism looks sometimes.
It's okay, you can sit here. Go and bring your phone. What is the medicine?
With confidence.
Because I was happy. I was happy they knew
Now they
about
know.
I now know the cause. Because I had roamed around talking, looking for solution. And I failed, and hospital was the last place. So I was happy that at least hospital was, they know the problem of my girl. So the lady went down in the cupboard and brought a book like this. Put it there. What we've told you, cause you took Uganda, and also about autism. By then computers were not there. Even we used to write receipts with our hands. No printed receipts. So I was like, when will I finish? Because even this thing is small. The book was very big. Written on what is autism. Say, when will I finish this?
And I'm sure that is half of the information you need about autism.
Yeah. Now when I read about it, that's when she will start talking. So I was like, what time, when will I finish this book? And she starts talking. They told me no. I told them no. Then they asked me, do you know a computer? I said, I'm still learning a computer. Because they had brought her the computers at our workplace, and they are teaching us how to print out whatever, Word, or PowerPoint, or Excel. So I'm just learning. They told me, go and Google what autism. You'll know the condition of your daughter. Then the Ugandan lady said, Oja kumanyo bulwadde bw'omwana. So I'm like, the Ugandan one said, because the other one said a condition. So I was like, hey, obulwadde kati kangende mbisomeko. Kakati mumpadde eddagala. So that's when one white lady came and said, the only medication for autism is to manage it. And there are 3 concepts which you have to do so that your daughter can do what? Can be okay. So I'm like, okay. Then he told me, she told me, the only medication, these 3 concepts, and the 4th one is important. You have to love your daughter. Oh no, that is the medicine they are giving me.
How is this medical?
You have to love your daughter. No one is going to love her for you. You have to accept your daughter. No one is going to accept her for you. You have to understand her, whatever ways she comes, or tough or what, because no one is going to do it for you. And most important, always pray for her. So I asked them, is that the medicine? They said that is the medicine.
Now thinking about it now, I can see you really, you're just doing it to that book.
No, it was a breakthrough because I accepted there and then.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you are so blessed. Maybe because you had moved a lot and you are tired.
No, at least I got that experience from different. And why I share my story, because I know there are parents who are still doing the same mistake I did. They're still doing the same mistake I did, and
running around, but just because it's because of lack of information and the ignorance.
But these ones are lucky they found information.
But still, there are people who have not heard about it. Trust me. Well, they've had it. We have no idea. Even me, before that, before my kids having autism, I'm not going to lie. I didn't know. I had heard the word autism, but I'd never paid attention. I didn't know how people with autism present or anything, because you're not interested, and you never think it will ever come across it.
You know, being on front office, I had a lot of rugezi-gezi. So a new client would come, registering when I'm asking. Because when I Googled, I saw autism is in America. So I thought, but
you had seen it.
But it was only her. I had only saw her, but I didn't know that in Uganda they knew, because I had never heard about it.
Even me.
Yeah, I had never heard about it. So on reading on Google, on internet, they show that in the USA, 99% are boys.
Yeah, they show the statistics because they have information.
They have information.
But for us, who has our information?
So I thought maybe it's a sickness for
For the whites. That's why many people say.
But my daughter is not white now. Maybe they changed her blood in hospital or something. By the way, we went even to parliament because I was representing parents of autistic children. There were other parents and whatever. So they invited me, and I was like, because they know I can talk, I can. Even Kadaga asked, we met the speaker, Kadaga, she was like,
yeah. You see, these are things we are fighting for. Anyway, we shall take it from there. Let's now go for a short break, and when we come back, we shall continue with autism, whether it's a foreign, some people call it a disease, or even us Africans can have it. We'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. See, welcome back from that short break, and thank you that we thank you that you're still watching, and continue watching. This is very interesting, and there's a lot to learn from our guest today, Nyangoma. By the way, she's my daughter, Manalongo. So she's Nyangoma. I always tease her that she's my daughter. So now you tell us, you've left the hospital. You're back home.
Yeah.
What happens next?
No, after they told me that the only medication is to love her, accept her, understand her, and always pray for her. I was like, okay. Then where is the medicine? They told me, no, that is the medicine. Autism is managed. Just go and read about it. You'll know how to manage your child, all the behaviors and whatever. I said, won't it be tough? Already I'm facing tough times because now she doesn't talk. Then they told me, no, we are going to connect you to the parents. By the way, the parents group, I joined it in 2010.
Oh my God, these parent groups are just amazing.
2010.
What's the group that you're in? There are just too many. Advanced
family, advanced family.
There's Autism Uganda. There is Diverse Minds now.
No, I've been to many. I'm in many because even I'm in that one of only organizations which are handling autism because of her school gave me that audience to keep going to the meetings and whatever.
So you come and now join the group.
So when I joined the group, I met the old parents. By the way, their kids are in 30 right now, 30, 28, 29. In fact, they helped me a lot, especially Margaret and Abraham and the wife Ruth. They helped me a lot. I wouldn't miss even every meeting, every end of month.
That time you were meeting physically or?
Physically. We had a meeting at All Saints Church, Cathedral, So the wife, Ruth Owino, was working there at the church. So they would give us the hall for us. We sit. That's how we came to meet other parents and whatever. But these were the old parents. Our first walk was 2011, I think, 2011 or 2012. Yeah, for the whole group. That's when we started coming out. So I wouldn't miss every meeting. I would come there because I just wanted to know her sickness, this autism thing. In fact, I lost even I think there were 3 jobs. Every time I would go on a computer, I type autism. What is autism? I just want to know what is autism. It was tough for me, but it helped me a lot because I got information.
So how did you find out? Sorry, we're taking you back. How did you find out about the groups? Because most people there, you get your diagnosis, boom, in your face. They don't signpost you anywhere.
No, the groups helped me a lot, and the way I love asking. I think they were tired of it, but had nothing to do. By the way, even one time they just kicked me out of that group.
Really? Because I thought our groups are supposed to be the most tolerant and patient.
They had told me and what I had gone through, and the hospital told me the fact. So we were talking about children, our autistic children. So there is a statement I brought in, my autistic child, and one parent was like, don't. They didn't like it. Don't label our children. Our children are not labeled. So I was like, that is the problem I have. That's the problem I have. I was like, okay.
But you have a right to ask.
No, they already told me there is no cure. And all what I went through, you cannot just come and tell me that there is cure, like these stem cells, whatever.
But you know new parents. Me, I was that new parent. I used to get angry when someone would say, oh, there's no cure, our kids will not. I would just be angry and say, you know, how can you say that?
But me, I thank God, by the way, I thank God that I knew about it, that it's autism.
You educated yourself early.
Because I lost even 3 jobs searching what is autism. You come when you're a white, because I read it's in USA. So you have to tell me much about autism in USA.
That was a plus for you.
Yeah. So I was like, they chased me out of the group. They unblocked me. They blocked me. So here in fact, they brought me back recently, 2019.
And Hange parents out there, the admins, please be patient. Bear with us. You know, sometimes we bring a lot of caveat, but bear with us.
That's why I'm saying I think I'm also autistic. Because I went in that argument, they're saying don't label our children. Already in hospital, they've told me she's autistic and she has autism. Now, what should I say?
What should you say? Indeed, they say own it, and control the narrative. Yeah.
I just remember they told me accept her. So if I don't accept that she has autism, then
how should you call it? What should you say?
No, they told me they were suggesting I shouldn't label these children. That's saying that they're autistic. So me, I told them, you can't stand and say I'm disabled, but I don't have a disability.
But me, I think even saying disabled is more offensive than saying I'm autistic.
But she has a hidden disability. It's here.
No, I'm saying me personally, like I wouldn't want someone to say, "Oh, look at this disabled child." These are I think these are exact things we get through. I think she's been seated for a long time, and she's getting anxious. Apologies.
Go outside there.
But the good thing, she calms down so fast, so at least, and you know how to control her in a very calm way.
She hears, she understands. No, boss wange.
So now after the hospital, you go back home. What did you do to improve?
To improve her, yeah. No, I had to concentrate on that because what I did first is to have that knowledge, find out what autism, how to handle it, how her growing, because she was very beautiful even up to now.
She's very beautiful.
So I was like, how will I manage? How growing? How will I manage this thing? Already the dad has neglected her and denied her. So I'm the dad, I'm the mother. So I'm like, I read about it very well. In fact, it was good for me to have knowledge about autism. It's what has helped me. And I remember even the last job I quitted, like to stand and start speaking for autism. I was working at Kabira.
Wow.
Yeah. And one of my managers insulted me and said, that's why you have a disabled child.
Can you imagine? At your workplace, this is a place where you're hoping for support.
And parents are there who are facing that, by the way.
No wonder people don't speak up.
And they don't speak up. So, me, anything when you talk about Drusilla, it hurts me so much.
Definitely.
Because I was sick that day, I didn't work. Because I don't know, I slept badly on a pillow. So on waking up, I found when I wouldn't turn. I would turn like a robot like this. So being on front office, you're holding phones, doing reservations, talking to these Chinese, don't know English, what. So already I have headache. My neck is stiff and I'm turning like this. I have a headache. So one of my managers told me, you know what, go to hospital. First get well, then you come back and work. When I reached home, I went to the clinic, they gave me ampiclox and painkillers. I went to wake up in the morning, I was okay. I came back to work. So on reaching at work, the people who worked when I was not around, they didn't demand for money in one apartment. So I found a new manager, and he was like, you stupid woman, now why are you abusing me, stupid woman? Said, why didn't you ask for money? This guy is going, he's going to check out today. You didn't ask for money yesterday. So I tried to explain to him, I didn't work yesterday, I was sick. And manager Druba gave me permission to go and sleep and get well, then I come back. That would be even after 1 week. But I woke up when I'm okay, I came back. I wasn't around. Let us ask those people who were on the shift. By the way, that was my breakthrough. of autism to stand and speak about autism. That was 2016.
So you just threw in the towel and said, I'm
I
leaving.
said no.
Can't talk to me.
You can't talk to me like okay, no sonna. Onsuni the when I'm han. You know rako konsuni. Onsuni. Good. So I had to quit the job like that.
That was the best move. It's so unfortunate and so painful, like
No, it was painful.
No, but in developed countries, that gentleman should have been sacked straight away.
No,
And they should, yeah.
But it was, I think it was my issue. But
And it shouldn't have been so.
They first gave him what? They first gave him a transfer to Dolphin in Bogolobi. It's also theirs. Then later I heard that they sacked him. I don't know what happened. And later I heard Crane Bank had gone down, it's closed up. Even some people called me, Crane Bank abajiggadde.
Yeah, you don't play with our kids and get away with it.
So I was like, it's not me.
Now after you lost your job.
I lost that job. I went home. Good enough, after 2 months, another person connected me to Nkombe Villas to manage them. After 2 months, then I started managing them. I was lucky that when I managed them for 2 years. Then I officially left in 2017. Then 17 late. Then that's when I went to visit my son. He was studying. He follows a son. A brother. He was studying in India. So they wanted the parents to go and visit, and they sponsored all the trips. So I went there. So on coming back, I said no. I have now to start speaking for autism.
Thank you. You've done us really justice. I must say you've done a very great job.
To look for a job, no. I have to stand and speak for autism. I went to her school. I asked her, the headmistress. I told her, I want to be Drusilla's voice. I want to do it until she does it herself. I'll speak her journey, I'll speak her story to encourage parents, to inspire parents, to inspire those who are still in denial. I have to stand by this girl. So that's when my first speech was 2017. We had gone to Entebbe. They were celebrating Autism Day, Entebbe SS Playgrounds. From nowhere, they called me, Antonnette, come and speak about your story. I spoke about the story while shaking and how I left that job. I said, now I'm standing here for this girl.
How did it feel to come out and be open and let people know about your daughter? Because most of us, even me, I was really, really scared. You're scared of the stigma. Even I'm doing this and I'm still... I'm still shaken, and sometimes I wake up and ask myself, why am I doing this? Am I doing the right thing? Is it going to affect us?
In fact, me as a mother, I haven't done much, and I blame that for myself.
You shouldn't, honestly.
No, the way I loved working, even after knowing that she's autistic, I kept on working. So I had to look for a boarding school. And I was working in Entebbe. Then I used to ask so much about autism. They told me Como Center. When I reached there, I found kids with autism are put on the side at the gate, like in a cave.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So these normal kids are this side. So I was like, now how will my daughter, and hotel staff, if you're to work morning, you have to be at work by 6. So I said, now, in hospital, the therapy, the speech and language therapy told me when she sleeps, I shouldn't wake her up, that the brain is working. So me, I'm leaving home at 5. I come with her, I wake her up. We are going to Entebbe. And I have to pick her again, come back. It was a lot of work. So I started planning, where will I get a school? So one time I was coming to work in the morning. I met this lady. She had two kids, going with them to Como Center. She was working at Como Center. Then the kids started behaving the way she was behaving. I was like, but these kids are behaving like my daughter. Then I asked her, where are you taking them? That I'm going to Como Center, the school. Then she was like, why don't you bring them at Como Center? I said, Como Center, there's no boarding. I think I need a boarding. So that same month, that's when a video of a maid came out when the maid was beating a child with a torch. I said, now this one. I don't know what happens to my daughter when she's at home.
And she can't report.
And she can't report.
That's the most, the thing we hear about as parents.
So I had worked night. I came back. I'm supposed to go back for afternoon shift. So when I reach, I want to sleep, go at least, then eat something and go back. So when I ate something, I ate little and the food remained. I said they give it to her. I got a board up to Roofings. So on reaching Roofings, and she was like, I remembered I left the phones on the table. I came back. So when I came back, opening the gate, my daughter was in a basin washing clothes. Remember, she's 5 years. She doesn't talk. It's drizzling. It's raining on her. She's like, washing. What hands are washing? And the maid was seated on the door, eating the food I left for her.
Oh my God.
I almost collapsed. I cried. Then one of my tenants came out and told me that, Mbade manyi obimanyi.
My God.
I felt so sad. I just called at work. I told them I've got an accident. Borders.
That was an accident indeed.
I wouldn't work. So they told me, okay, go to hospital. You'll come when you're ready. You're okay. I stayed for 2 days, 3 days. I discovered all what she was doing in those 3 days. I just packed her things and took her to the bus and she went. That's when Drusilla started school at Donor Center.
Boarding school.
Because I needed to work and pay the school. It wasn't easy for me, but at least we went through, and I must say the school helped me a lot. I didn't know Drusilla very well until recently, last year, when she got stroke.
Oh dear.
This is the long period I've been with her. In fact, I give thanks to Dorothy Nambi. She helped me a lot, especially on the time of her getting periods. She started at 12 years. I don't know how would I start. She doesn't talk. Telling her this is a pad, what? Because she will look at me and ask what.
These people do a very, very big job. You know, we can't thank them enough. Because you as a parent, you guys here in Uganda are so lucky to have that. Whereas you deal with everything yourself.
You know, someone coming out and wants to take care of these kids and special needs. She's not a mother. Okay, she told me her story, why she started that school. Because she had that child who was learning slowly, and the husband would beat the boy every time. So she didn't know that there were slow learners.
Like dyslexia, kind of.
So, and right now, by the way, the boy is a doctor.
That's exactly what happens. So the donor, I think, has made
a lot of work. That is her other home. In fact, I was even joking with her, telling her that when they come to marry her, the cows will come to her.
Yeah, they should go to you. Dorothy, you should, if they are 8, she should take 4.
Yeah, because I didn't know her very well. And even if you ask me, what is she good at?
What are the things, some of the things you never thought you'd ever be able to do, and she's doing now?
Like to eat, taking care of herself, like learning something, like washing dishes, anything with water, by the way. She's good at cleaning.
That's a plus. And all this she learned from the boarding school. Bless her.
So she learned many things, taking care of herself, eating all the food. She wakes up, she showers, anything. She's very clean. In fact, since childhood.
Self-care is very, very important.
And at least Dorothy taught her being independent, especially we are looking at the future.
Definitely.
Tomorrow when you're not around. Because she can wait, but she has a routine. She doesn't repeat the bed sheet or the night she has slept in. She's a clean girl since childhood. She doesn't repeat even the clothes, even these ones. We are going back. She'll remove them and put them in the basin.
I think it's the smell, those sensories.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe they smell bad for her. I know you've spoken about the stroke. Quickly tell us about, I remember you made a comment and said when they are teenagers, they have high chances of getting, is it a stroke or getting seizures?
Yeah, when they are teenagers, adolescent stage. In fact, recently, because of her stroke, I ask many questions. I just want to know. So everything she does, anything she does, I ask. So I asked the doctor, why did she get stroke? And because the story up to now is that they were going for PE, and they told her she was supposed to head some young ones to show them what to do. But I think she wasn't feeling well. That when they told her, come, Drusilla, come, it's your turn, it's your turn. Then they saw her falling down, collapsing. So doctor told me just that he didn't want to make me scared. So he told me, you would have expected that. I said, how? How would I expect that to happen to my child? Because I don't want it. I already have autism. I'm okay with her not talking. Now, why stroke? Then he told me, everything that comes from the brain, which is neuro, has to affect. And these kids with autism, it's high chance to get stroke or epilepsy.
I've read that one somewhere. Remember,
epilepsy. That epilepsy and stroke are attached to autism, especially
in the teens.
Adolescent stage and adultery, because they try so much to explain and you can't understand. So in that weight they use fighting and whatever, that's when they get a blocked nerve or what, which affects them to get a stroke. I said, but I wish I knew that, but you can't
that
know.
would freak you out. I remember us reading somewhere, I don't know if it was a course we were doing, they were telling us when they become teenagers, there's a chance they might develop epilepsy or get a stroke. No, I don't remember the stroke, but I remember the epilepsy.
They said epilepsy. He told me epilepsy and stroke. 99% is the chance of getting it. Because they try so much to explain, because they're in that teenager life and they want you. Now this boss of mine, she works, and now you see her, she wants to give me a peck. She may even stand and show me we have to go. So you have to respect, and if you understand them, that's one of the medicine they gave me in Mulago. You have to understand.
So now she's on medication, for stroke.
Yeah, she's on.
Did you give her medication for at any other time?
Even therapies, I've never done it.
But in schools, I'm sure
they were doing it.
Yeah.
But me at home, should come holiday, give her tab. She's on TV. We'll go for a walk or what. I treat her like a normal child. Even I call her, I talk to her, she understands everything.
How do you communicate? Because sometimes non-verbal, they use pecs, they use some people use tablets, they use different kind of things.
She's using gestures.
She's still using
gestures, yeah. But gestures is also a good step to speech. That's what the doctors told me.
Some people say that kids, until they are 5, they can only change from 3. That's what some people I see posting. Until they are 5. After 5, you can't change much. What do you say about that?
As who understood them when they are going to make 10 years to understand that it's autism and whatever.
But do you see she's
because
still making progress?
There's a lot of progress.
Regardless of the age.
There's a lot of progress. According to those children I see, because I always do outreaches and I meet with different children, different parents, and by the way, every parent has a different story. That's why no one knows the cause of autism. Every parent has a different story.
But at every age, what you're saying, they can still make progress. People should not give up hope just because their kids are beyond 5. They can still pick up.
They can still pick up. Right now, don't you see? She's like she's like a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old, but she's 19. They grow slowly, but mature in brain.
That's
because they are ahead even of us.
In certain aspects.
So you have to be patient, especially these parents with new diagnosis.
We panic, yeah.
No, but I don't blame them, by the way, because
Yeah,
I passed through that. You have to be patient in everything. But right now, I didn't know that her stroke will take even 1 year, because now it's 1 year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Because doctor also told me I didn't want to scare you. Stroke takes a lot of time.
What do you mean when you say takes, like to heal?
Yeah, to heal. When she's an adult, like when she's old, she would take even years, because there is even an old woman I know who has taken 15 years.
So are you saying there's another chance of her getting another stroke?
No.
No.
No. Because
rebuke that.
No, it's not there. But then I would have expected it. That's what doctor had told me. I would have expected it.
What do you think of your daughter's future? When you sit there and think about her, you are talking about marriage and what? Like on a serious note, what do you think of? Do you think
she's still a princess? Marriage, no.
But like the future, when you
are disturbing us who are normal, what about this one? Maybe I'll go with her in the marriage. But
I've seen one parent in certain interview who really dismissed marriage completely and said, I don't see.
No, I don't want it to her, because already she's going through a lot. This stress of love. I don't know.
But do you think she's capable? Like, if she fell in love, are you going to stand in her way?
With who?
With who? You're joking. She's very pretty. She understands. She can form a relationship and connection with you. There's a chance she can form another connection.
Or even how would I say it? That
you have to be positive, my
no.
friend. You have to be
I don't want all what happens in marriage. Again, she goes in that. Already she's suffering her own.
Don't you want Muzukuru?
No. In fact, there is one old woman who found me doing road work with her. And she told me, omwana mufunire omusajja, azaleyo omwana, bw'oba toliiwo ajja mulabirira. How do you know that I'll not be there?
I know.
No, but they're all God's plan. Whatever comes, you have nothing to do. But then if they rape her, what will I say that where was I?
The way you're a musirikale on her. I don't think.
I found even one neighbor of mine looking at her.
You're joking.
Nedda mbadde neewuunya oba asobola atya okwoza ebintu. And then you do what? Muli oli mutunuulira olaba ayina ebbina ayina ki kati oli mu kkuba bufaananyi. I told you toddangamu. Me on Drusilla I can run mad. No sekaki.
You've spoken about having other children. There's this thing, like I've had most siblings saying that parents concentrate more on the children who have the disability and end up forgetting about those ones. Like we spend too much money on these ones who are struggling, and the other one feel like they've been left out. Have you tried to speak to your children and what do you think?
They even know. And what you're speaking, by the way, it's true. These children know, because they see that you put all the love on her, but she needs that love. That's why you see me, I treat her like a normal person.
Don't you think they feel like they don't have a parent, you're absent?
Yeah, they feel it, but they are old. Because my son is 26. The girl is the one I gave birth at 15. She's 29. But recently, that's when she talked to me. She had come back. She was from.
You're so lucky that she spoke up, because some kids can.
She told me I was. She told me I was feeling bad. You put all the love on Drusilla, but what I'm seeing you're going through, you should. I really thank you for that.
Thank you for the siblings.
But they just came out recently, because she just came out recently, and
they were feeling it when and it must be painful as a parent.
Yeah, it's painful, but I felt a lot of pain, because who will love her now? Because for them, they are always on Facebook. What
but they want you. They need you. They are mother. They don't have any other.
But they've never posted something about autism.
How do they relate to her? And like I always ask myself, for me, I don't have any other kids, and I'm already thinking, do you ever sit there and think, one day if I'm not here, is there someone who's going to take care of her? Yeah. By the way, recently.
I thought of it. It was last year.
And it's a difficult.
It was early last year. I thought about it. It's okay, Mama. kababy kange. So I sat down and I was like, I started with accident. We entered COVID. Hotels, tourism was closed. From there I got sick. My leg was swollen like a jerrycan. They told me obetalo bishi. I jumped what? It also took me 2 years. Then later, this one gets stroke when I'm healing.
That was challenging.
So I'm like, now what is going to come up next? That's what I thought, what is coming up next. So I said, let me sit and think, and these children, who can take care of her? The boy is in his own world. He doesn't want to know mommy is there or what. That one I cancelled. So I have a nephew, my late brother Kato, left that boy. So I'm the one taking care of him. I'm the mother, I'm the dad. So I'm like, if anything happens, who can stand and help this too? Because the boy is 15. This one is 19 who doesn't talk. Who can stand and say, this is our land. We bought it or what? So I told the girl, she was still in Saudi. So I told her, you know what? I was thinking, you haven't bought land yet. I'm going to give you the other piece which has remained for 2 rooms. You build like a small room, like put a sitting room down and you build like a kalina, you sleep outside in your money. Just I want someone to stand here and fight for these things in case if something happens. Because you can't know.
Yeah, life is borrowed.
So the girl started asking friends. She replied me, mazima ddala nzimba ntye wa mama wange.
Hey, my friend.
What did
you talk to them about
Then I'm like, I need somebody. I just told them how I felt. And I'm like, tomorrow when I'm not around, who can help these 2 kids? Yeah. Who can stand and fight for Drusilla's rights?
And what do they know about autism also?
Yeah, and what they know, they always read even my whatever, but they are talking nonsense on Facebook, what, but they never talk about it.
They are kids, you just have to let them be kids.
When you're...
They are young people, let's say young people. They have,
I pray autism
they've
doesn't visit them.
No, we rebuke that one. They've missed their mother who's been focusing on this one, and now they want to live their life. You have to give it to them. Because
yeah, even the boy once told me, "Bulisawo kano kadrusida."
But just keep, in a nice way, I think you should keep them involved, and it's good that you opened up. I'm sure they are thinking about, because it's every parent's
the girl told me recently when she came. That's when, in fact, this border guy, we had made her birthday. It's the one who told her, "Mami wa abonya no mwana, omwana gweri, omwana tatambula, omwana naye nga omwana okugulu ku boda kubuukako bwe tuyimira bwe tukukwata bwagweri." Mama we no muwe ekitiibwa. In fact, ono yabimugamba bingi. So she came home and she cried. And she said, "Mami, nsiima nnyo, weebale kwagala Drusilla." Nembuuza ku lwaki, and she was crying. Nze bangambye byonna byoyitamu ku lw'oyo omwana. Naye kirungi omwagala, nange mwagala. Nemugamba nti kyekyo kye nali nkugamba, tomorrow in case when I'm not there, who will help her?
For us who don't have, those who don't have siblings.
No, you can even look from your relatives, but and you have to trust one person. So I had to think, I have a sister. On the, because I have rentals, by the way, for tenants. There are 2 doubles and 1 single. So I was like, enough is not tononya poloti boboina that. Just to remove the roofing and build a kalina. There are plots up there going to heaven. So I was thinking, I tell my young sister, I have a sister who got married to a white in Denmark. So I told him, toina property yonna mu Uganda, lwaki tojja n'ozimba wano waggulu?
But you're doing that because of her.
I'm bringing her closer. Because tomorrow when I'm not there, she may help.
But I think we need to look for other ways. I was talking to my sister, I know, who's a lawyer also. And, like in UK, what they do trusts so that these kids can keep getting money. I think it might as well, we need to figure out as parents ways on how to, it's very, very important to plan for our kids just in case we are So if you're a parent there, or you're maybe someone who can advise us on this, I think these are serious conversations we need to have.
You can't know what will come next, because you have to look at her future. Right now you're helping out, but anything can happen. By the way, in those short time I've gotten those, since 2019, these problems I've got non-stop. They've taught me a lot. Yeah, they've taught me a lot.
I think there are many of us, our parents out there, thinking the same way. Another question that always triggers me. You know, when you are pregnant and when you bring a child in this world, you have expectations, you're excited, you're this and that. Then when this hits you, you grieve the child you thought you'd have.
The truth
You
is,
keep-
I fear to add on.
Hey,
I thought I would bring another autism.
That's exactly what happens.
Though a single mother, because Olio aso kana mzala ndi kusomera. Owokubiri it wasn't even married. They brought me to work in Kampala. Kumbe oli ayagala mukazi. Kati wano
Nyangoma.
omwana ono gwenfunye autism.
Now you're like, oh, what if I add on another one?
Waliwo kugenda okuddayo ate n'ofuna akalala ka autism.
You get it?
Kubanga basajja ennaku zino. Bagala abalina ssente. Waliwo yajja n'ewaka n'angamba gwe. Oli mulungi wakukwana. You have your home and tojja kunsaba za nviiri anti ozisalako.
No, let me go back to my question. Like, are you still in the? Has it gotten out of you completely? Like, to look at the girls who are the same age as her and say, imagine if my child didn't have a disorder, she would be doing this, she would be doing that, she would be, the expectations you had. You sit down and grieve in your heart
recently. And there's a friend of mine, her daughter is now at campus. We gave birth together. She just joined campus recently. So I was like, Bam, even my daughter would be now posing. This figure of her, she's beautiful. She would be even in Miss Uganda. So I think of all that, but you know, as a prayerful person, by the way, every day I wake up at 3 to pray, especially for her, because you can't know next. She has gone through a lot. So I'm like, whatever God brings, but I only need blessings for her. And at least she lives to see the best. I'm even just lucky, by the way. She's sponsored. Someone someone read my story on Facebook.
And these kids always have some blessings, I think, following them.
I've never met the lady.
So you guys who keep telling us, stop comparing, stop what, I don't think it goes away. Because at 19 years, you're still struggling with that. The last question, I know you guys are tired. Last one, look in the camera and advise a parent who has just found out, who has gotten just a diagnosis, where to go. Before you go there, I want you to explain to us why she's wearing this.
This is called a lanyard. A sunflower lanyard. It
comes in different ways.
It presents especially children who have hidden disabilities like autism, Down syndrome. There's dyslexia, and there's another one. Especially ADHD. Those who are ADHD. So this helps a lot, so that when you move with her, these children have behaviors. They have different behaviors. They fight. When they are not comfortable at the place where they go, a new place and whatever. I think you saw that little girl. She was sleeping. When she woke up, she saw people and she was
panicked.
But when she got used, she started walking around. So most people may think these kids are mad, but even when you go on internet or YouTube, just type in a sunflower lanyard. They will tell you it's. So when you get it, it has I have a hidden disability. Please be patient. Recently, we got stuck with police and traffic officers, KCCA. They stopped her. I can't put her on a border herself alone. The way she's fighting, I think you saw here, she was trying to pinch me because she's telling me either she's tired or what. So I have to sit with her on a border. So when they got us, the police, and they asked me, why are you seated together on the... I said, because we were in hospital the whole day. I was tired and she was tired. She wants us to go, but you're stopping us. She's trying to communicate, why are we stopping? So I just showed them this. And they read, and the gentleman, and the officer who had stars said, it's okay. She has a hidden disability. What is the hidden? I said she has autism. Then he said, go.
And just to add on that one, like this is a world, it's used all over the world, especially in developed countries. For us, as it doesn't have to be this specific color. So everywhere, as long as you have it,
as long
you
as
can
you
wear
have
it
sunflower.
as
long as it has sunflower.
Yeah, sunflower. They easily identify you if you're in the hospital, if you're even in transport. Everywhere you go, they will give you priority service.
And
you
you're
get
looking
the
for
priority service.
or when she starts those meltdowns and whatever, so they will understand.
And you have lots of them to sell.
Yeah, I have
at
many.
a subsidized price. You know, just trying to help every parent
to have it, because for me, they bought it on Amazon. Now, like a Ugandan like me, I didn't know Amazon. I even don't know about it. Just a friend just saw it and got it for me. Because
I think we
in
need
fact
to
that is no, we have to promote it more. We need this. I've talked to different parents. That's why I put them on a good price, at least
for everyone to be
able to get it, because it's long lasting. It helps your kid to move around with your child anytime when she gets those meltdowns, tantrums, and they know how to handle her. So they have to be patient by force, if you know.
And it saves you the hassle of explaining, my kid can't sit down and wait, or this and that.
By the way, one time she ate a biscuit of 25,000 in a supermarket, a mega supermarket. I was looking for cow ghee. So I had gotten her from school, so I said, let me pass here, because she loves cow ghee in matoke. She has to smell, and she eats those matoke. So I did a mistake. We passed where biscuits are. They have a spade. She got the biscuit and opened it, and immediately she started eating. Naliaonga security is there.
That 25,000 lying there.
I had only 6,000 and our transport to go home.
Those are daily problems,
Nyabo, tukulabye camera. Mutandise okulya biscuit. Did you pay? I went to see Mama. The girl was on the 4th biscuit eating. Seeing the price 25. What helped me is the askari on the gate. The lady knew about us. She would see me with her, and she knows her. She doesn't talk and whatever. And came and explained to manager, and immediately, by the way, that's when I saw a child, a girl. She's not a relative. We come from the same village. She was working in that supermarket. So if I had this thing, they wouldn't ask.
Stop saying, "Woman, I know."
That's what that is.
It's called autism. It has a name.
It's autism, but explaining it very well to a person who doesn't know autism. You say, I know kuzibu kubongo, like a neuro.
For me, sounds so painful.
So now you're still in denial.
No, I'm not still in denial, but
so you can't say your child is autistic.
No, I don't know if you know what I mean.
Ate baba itabi mongwa, but gubedalu kati
what is autism?
Olinga tamanyi kigambo autism no chi pronouncing in English.
That's why we are here,
because outside there they say they are mad wa muwongayo, but the ones bangamba na muwongayo ne kati nchanonya sentences.
But at least these are kids, maybe they did not respond. But I've interacted with autistic people. It's so painful for people to start describing funny and calling you funny names.
No, in communities.
Abaina sukari go oitaonga bagamba ono mulwadde wa sukari everywhere you go. No, they don't describe you by that.
In Uganda here.
How to bear
already sukari.
Okay, banange naye muke just
pressure. Yalwala pressure. Kati onobyegana.
No, mulwadde wa sirimu oyo bulikase.
Womo ina sirimu. Sirimu yo.
To call you. Oyo mulwadde wa sirimu, not damu like serious. No one wants to be called mulwadde.
No. When you find, let me tell you, when you find someone raising awareness on slim, like cats, whatever, it's easy for them. They came out and they kati chechimu naffe tuavayo, we are okay. Let's talk about autism.
But we need to
twakiriza.
They should not describe our kids. We should not allow to be described like that in a horrible way.
Nti katala. musanga namugamba oyo mwana kataala.
Say, I'll come and educate you properly without fighting and say it has a name. It's called autism. Ate muko mobikweka
ati mu Buganda chechi.
It's autism.
I should come to your country.
No, but honestly, it hurts the feelings of.
But it hurts you when you've just known her condition, your kid's condition. Chiba chiruma, nze n'okulwana nali ndwana. Nekusanga ng'omutunuulira just looking at her. You have to explain to me. Why? Kati, you have to look.
If you look, I will explain to you. This is autism.
For you're lucky you have boys.
It doesn't matter.
You think about
one time we were traveling, and you know how they like touching. And then we were in Dubai, I think. We were going back to England. Then one guy was standing in front of my boy. He likes touching, and he likes pushing his fingers in someone's butt. When the guy turned and now this abused,
when you put on the blouse like this, she will come and she hasn't even reached on you. She wants this hair to go behind.
Yeah, and to strangers. So the guy turned and started abusing the little boy. I just looked at him and said, you know, it's common sense. Anyway, these are hidden disabilities.
By the way, with this thing, it helps even they can arrest you when they find you torturing her. When she's wearing this thing.
Because me, every time I'm traveling, I'm wearing it because
of
it doesn't
your
have to
children.
be the child. Mine says, I look after a person with a disability.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be a lanyard.
So you have to talk less when you see a child on your way.
Every time we wear that one, it's obvious. As soon maybe in David they haven't implemented that. But when you get somewhere, they always,
some people know because the people have
we
seen
need to make more noise.
Some know, but then we have to speak about it so much.
Now, like a lot of these
now, like her school, I talked to the group. We have a group, so I told them. Today I'm going to Nigeria. I'll be passing in Tinda. Whoever is ready, tell me. I take them there. Then you send me the money. I got 4. Yeah,
we need to make more noise like this. Because now, if you see this, if you see the sunflower,
some people wear it as a small bag. N'onyimiriza n'oyomba nti omwana akusumbuye oba ku busindisi.
You see people changing. Nanga, you're going to scare people. No, finally, talk to the parents and
they have to accept our children. Know what, and by force. And by force. You either want it or you don't want it.
They are here to stay.
They are here to stay. And they are going and autism is going nowhere. It's going nowhere.
I don't know some of you are even autistic. Do you know most people are autistic?
Most people are autistic.
They don't know. Yeah. They just ask themselves why they are different. You find people getting depressed. Why can't I?
I was in one conference in Butabika. At James School, International School. These doctors had come from California. So they reached an extent and said, we all have autism. I said, no, not me. Then they asked me, you know me, I love asking. I said, how? Then they asked me, when you get annoyed, what do you do? Nembagamba nze neggalira mu kisenge n'ensirika okusunga obunzi gwako nkomawo. Ne babuuza omulala ate ggwe. Nagamba nze nkube ebikonde ku kisenge. Ne babuuza omulala nze gwensanga mu kkubo gwempa oluyi. Ne bamaliza nga batugamba that is autism. So you have to control it. Bw'ofuna obusungu we controlling manage it n'otalumya abalala. Kati kye kimu we have to help these to manage their autism. Bote babimanyi ate obuzibu bw'abano nti they grow with this autism nga tomanyi wokitegeerera ate olina omuyamba okiraba for the future enkyabo n'oba nga toliiwo.
And now the problem that we have, like some of us are so lucky because our children are being taught from a youngest age how to manage their feelings when they are feeling like this. What do you do when you are like this?
And you're even lucky that you found this information. First we didn't know.
Just one message, one short message to these people who have just found out what they can do. By the way, I know you know where they can go. Me, I have no idea. Like here, if you suspect your kid is on the spectrum, where do
you can go to Mulago Hospital Ward 1A, or you go to Dr. Byarugaba, Bugolobi. He does assessments also. There is another one. I have a list, but those are the two people, at least the two places I trust. Yeah.
And then what else can you do as a parent?
As a parent, you have to understand your child, because there is no medication for autism, and that is the truth. You have to manage it so that you can control your child to be better and understand your child's behaviors, so that when they grow, because these kids copy, by the way. Whatever you do has to be right. They copy it. When you spit, they will spit. When you start jumping, they will start jumping. So you have to do good, because they can hear, even if they don't talk. These autistic kids, some talk, some don't talk, some talk once and keep quiet. And those who don't talk even are very dangerous, because they hear everything.
And understand.
And
but
understand.
They are stuck in their brain.
Until it opens up. Now recently my daughter sang on her 19th birthday. She sang ekitiibwa kya Buganda.
Wow.
It was a Sunday, It was a Sunday, twali tulaba gonte embaga. My on reception they do a national theme, then ekitiibwa kya Buganda. After stopping like this, she started ekitiibwa kya Buganda. Let me put for you, you see.
Like what kind of therapies can be useful?
Therapy, speech therapist, occupational. Now, especially the occupational, and because the speech, as parents, we look at speech.
I think communication is not all about talking verbally. Yeah, you can write, you can use.
Right now, akola buli kimu herself. Just ekintu ky'omuliro with fire, she doesn't want. Anything with fire, she doesn't want. But anything with water. Ne bw'omuwa amazzi kusiimuula wano okuuta ogwo omufaalisa ajja kikola. Kikoze eki? Okikoye? Okikoye mami? Oba tuteekeko ekitiibwa kya Buganda. I am in fact advising parents with new diagnosis. They just to accept. This is an awesome journey, by the way. It's an awesome journey. And you have to move that journey. It's very good, and you learn a lot from it. And for the government, I pray the government should know our existence. We need recognition. Parliament. You talk about the lame, the blind. Autism is there outside. And many rich people, MPs, have these autistic kids in their beautiful homes. But they can't talk. This is the time we have to speak up, be the voices of our children, because they can't speak, and we have to talk and help those who are still in denial. Because if the government doesn't come out to give us even the resources to include these kids of ours, inclusion, like in schools, hospitals, employment, like hospitals. When the child goes there with this lanyard, just know he has a hidden disability and she needs help. And you have to be patient with these kids, because they also didn't want to be like this. So you come sit here. Come sit here for only 1 minute.
So I think the message is clear. Basically, we need inclusive, we need to be recognized, we need to be seen.
Inclusive in schools, hospitals, even in public places, supermarkets, restaurants. When you see this child behaving differently, don't judge. Be patient or ask any question, because these parents go through a lot with these kids.
And it's break them.
This myth omwana mulalu, omwana oba kimongwa, oba wamuwongayo, oba wamukuza ekyejo, should stop. They should stop, because these kids have taught me a lot, by the way. All this myth should stop, especially in our communities. Me, that's why I walk with this girl everywhere I walk. So when she behaves, I tell you it's autism. I start preaching from there. Then you go to hear that, ne wafe tumuina.
That's the thing that shocks me. They have them.
When she told a policeman's whatever, he shot. I didn't tell you that story.
No, we don't have time now. Let's go. Thanks so much, my dear, for the advice and for the whole sharing the journey, but mainly for advocating for the autism community.
Please, when you have an autistic child, please come out. If you need help, call me. I'll speak.
Thanks everyone for watching. You know, we don't want to let Nyangoma go, to be honest, because she has a lot to share. But until, hopefully maybe next time she will come back with a testimony and what happened after we aired this story. Thanks so much. Please subscribe and continue to support us in any way and form you can. See you next time. Bye-bye.